Hey guys, greetings and salutations. Thought I'd make another video. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to talk about feet. I made a video some time ago about guys with foot fetish and things like that, and just really talked about the concept of the whole foot fetish. And I have to say, out of all my videos, I received the largest, I'm going to say, I had so many people reaching out to me regarding this one video that I made, and I think that it was a different take because I think for a lot of the videos that we have when we're discussing the foot fetish concept, it's always in a dirty way, it's always in a way where it's kind of weird, and I think there's not enough videos really just talking about how normal it can be for a lot of us, and it's really not that big of a deal, so I think it's something that is important to me, and I personally, if you haven't seen my other video, please check it out. But this is sort of maybe just an extended version of just that first video. I just actually wanted to focus on the idea of really explaining to people that all of us foot guys, and I'm specifying because there are women that have a thing for feet as well. So I'm not necessarily talking about ladies. That's something outside of my understanding, so I'm not going to address it. However, I do want to talk about the concept of us men who, like feet. And one of the things I want to talk about is the fact that, we guys that like feet, we don't necessarily like every woman's feet. And I think there's this misconception with this idea that just because a guy likes feet, that he just loves every woman's feet. And I just want to clarify with this video that there are preferences when it comes to that sort of thing. There are preferences in regards to what a man likes. Every man is different. That's something to keep in mind. Some guys have different preferences in regards to the age, or some people have preferences for all sorts of just preferences. I'll give you an example. I did explore in the first video that some guys like ladies with feet that are dirty. That's actually something that arouses some men. It's something that they fixate on. And again, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing or anything like that. It may not be my thing, but we're all entitled to our own preferences. So I'm not going to say it's bad or whatever else, because if you like that, then more power to you. Enjoy your wife, enjoy your relationship, and do whatever pleases you guys in the sanctity of marriage. You enjoy yourself. This is why God created this beautiful intimacy of sexual intimacy and things like that. It's something that really reinforces marriage. But also there's guys, of course, that like, ladies with bigger feet, and there's small feet as well. Now, I personally, I prefer smaller feet with a lady, but as long as the feet are smaller than mine, that's really my thing. I don't want a lady's feet that are, my size, that's really my thing. I do think that smaller feet are more feminine, personally, but I know that there are different guys that have different preferences. Now, one thing I will say is that I did notice over the years, as a younger guy that was in his early 20s trying to understand this aspect of my life, I did notice that my preferences and my standards, I'm going to say, started to change. I started to be a little bit more specific with what I personally found attractive when it comes to a woman's feet. It's interesting because I think early on, it was something new, and so any type of feet I could have access to or I can admire, I was okay with that. But where I am now, I'm thinking about marriage, and I'm thinking about, I want a lady that has, feet that I like, that she actually takes care of her feet. And when I say takes care of her feet, I mean, of course, as she's washing, whether she's, showering or in the bathtub, she's making sure her feet are clean. That's something that is important specifically to me. Now, I will say that there are men, and I've kind of shared this in the last video, there are men that actually prefer a woman not to clean her feet properly because they actually are aroused and they enjoy the idea of a lady with smelly feet or maybe dirty feet. That's something that really arouses some guys. And again, if that's your thing, no judgment here on my part, because I have my own preferences as well. So I mean, enjoy your partner, enjoy your sexual intimacy, and whatever that you guys enjoy with your relationship. But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that, because sometimes it just seems like people outside of the community of people who admire feet, there's this idea that just because somebody likes feet, they like everyone's feet, and that's not the deal. And another thing I actually wanted to also address, and maybe I addressed it already in my first video, but I want to address it here, is that there are some people, and I talked about the spectrum in my first video, and I guess I will address it again, that there are some people that it's more on the milder side. You know, you have people that like the idea of massaging a lady's feet, you know, maybe at the end of the day, and, you know, with, you know, sweet oils and lotions and stuff like that, and you know, which is fine, you know. But then you have some people on the other end that it's a little bit more, I'm gonna say a little bit more on the serious side for them. You know, they do like to get kicked, they do like to be stepped on, and that arouses them, or that's something that they feel, you know, very, you know, they feel enjoyment by. And so again, if there are couples that are doing that, hey, more power to you. Enjoy. You know, God created these sensations in us for us to enjoy our marriages and our relationships, you know, together. So, you know, I don't want to fault that or say it's weird or strange, because, you know, the fact that I massage feet, and I wouldn't get, you know, when I get married or when I have access to like a girlfriend, yeah, I wouldn't mind massaging her feet all the time, you know. So I understand that, you know, we all have preferences and things like that. So that, to me, I think we need to keep in mind. And there are other people that, you know, have a thing for fixating on, I don't know, a woman's backside or her breasts and stuff like that. And you know, and again, let me just make it, you know, put this out there. I do believe that women have value. They're all made in the image of God, of course. And so we don't want to objectify women. And it's funny because, I'll just bring this up, but I meet a lot of people that are under the impression that because I admire ladies with nice feet, that that's the only thing I care about. And let me just say, you know, that if I found a woman that I'm in love with, and we're, you know, she loves God, I love God, we're enjoying our relationship, we're enjoying every aspect of that, including the sexual intimacy aspect, and let's say her legs, you know, or her feet were amputated, you know, I'm not going to, you know, walk away from my relationship. She's still made in the image of God, and I didn't marry her for her feet, I married her for herself, you know. So as a Christian man, I have a very different view on that. So I just want to clarify, because I think sometimes there's this strange misconception from people outside of the foot community that for some of us guys who likes feet, that's the, you know, that's everything to us, and it's not. You know, for me, I prefer to have a woman that that loves God more than anything and prioritizes her relationship with God before even me and our kids if we have children, you know. So I just want to clarify that. So yeah, there's a lot of different things I think is very interesting about the whole foot community. There's a lot of weird stereotypes. One of the last things I actually want to address is, you know, I know that there are situations where there have been men who have harassed women because of their feet, you know. There's some ladies that are at the beach and maybe they have their feet out and just sunbathing or whatever, and there's a guy that'll come by and touch their feet or sniff their feet, you know. There's situations where guys have entered a person's house or apartment, you know, you can look it up online, and they're smelling the woman's feet, you know, sneaking in there, a neighbor, somebody they don't even know. There's reports of people at nursing homes and hospitals who are on the staff, and as soon as somebody falls asleep or in a coma or whatever, they're smelling their feet, and they're, you know. So I personally, I don't condone that. I think, you know, that obviously is something that we should not do. Not only is that against somebody's will, but, you know, I'm sure it's against the law as well. It's sexual harassment in you know, in some aspects, you know. So I think that we should always, you know, respect everyone's boundaries and things like that. So of course, you know, I am a Christian, so I would encourage everyone out there to seek a partner so you can enjoy sexual intimacy the best ways that you want, and enjoy that, you know, whether you want to implement feet in some way or not. I know there's some guys that before they get aroused, you know, they have to come somehow massage a lady's feet or something like that. So you know, if that's something that, you know, helps, you know, by all means, please enjoy. But, you know, I'm all for the marriage covenant. I think it's one of the most beautiful creations God created, other than life itself. I think the marriage covenant is beautiful, and I think that every man and every woman, regardless of your preferences, even if it's outside of the whole foot thing, that you should enjoy your relationship, you know, the best way you can, and explore the sexual intimacy in whatever levels that works for your relationship, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video just to kind of address this, because I think it's important just to talk about this and, you know, make sure it's not considered something weird, but, you know, we can talk about it and have a safe space just to address these things, you know. And if anybody wants to hit me up, I'll leave my information, whether it's like Facebook or email or my Instagram in the description, you know, if you guys want to just, you know, have discussions about anything that I ever discuss on any of my videos. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget again to like and subscribe, and please comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts about some of your understandings of the whole foot community and stuff like that, or you know, even if you're not a foot person, but you know, you're just interested in, you know, maybe some questions, maybe even asking me some questions. Please go for it. I don't mind. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. This is James again. Thank you very much for just tuning in. Okay, and I hope this was just helpful. You know, just feel like it was very free flowing, but there you go. All right, guys. Peace.